Welcome back. It is Tuesday, December 20th in the NBA. My three favorite picks are on the way. You guys know the drill. Let's recap yesterday. A winning day, 3-2 overall. No brooms, we'll take it. James Harden, under 39.5 PRAs. He goes to overtime, still soars under it. Zion gets his over 4.5 assists. I think he ends with 7. Mr. Mikal Bridges, one of our added plays of the day, gets his over 19.5 points on the hook, despite a blowout. And then our two losses, you had Darius Garland, didn't play a minute in the fourth quarter, ended with 17. And then Luka Doncic, we lose another play, an added play, due to a blowout. Whatever. Can't do anything about that. If y'all followed our NFL picks, we went 2-0 over there, plus the same game parlay cash, and we've made money on 7 of the last 8 NBA slates. Let's make that 8 of 9 today. If you are new to our channel, my name's Austin. Go down below, hit that subscribe button, drop a like too. We're closing in on 60,000 subscribers. I think we're about 200 away from that as I record this video. And if we've helped to make some money, it's the holiday season, consider giving a little bit back and becoming a COS All-Star. It only costs $2.99 a month. You get a couple cool extra perks, like you get all of our plays early in case the lines do move, which happens all the time. That James Harden line moved down to 37.5. Look, still cash, didn't matter, but it's always important. Go hit that join button down below. Only costs $2.99 a month, and you get to support the channel for all the work that we do 100% for free. Let's start with our favorite first pick of the day. I won't say it's our favorite pick because today is the line in the sand game. You'll understand what I mean in a second. We're going with Mr. Ja Morant, over 44.5 PRAs, points, rebounds, and assists, minus 110 on DraftKings. And like I said, this is the line in the sand game for Mr. Morant, because if he wants to go out there and get ejected, again, like he did last time we took his over, or just shoot 3 times a game, or just, I don't know, do whatever, clanks it up. Either way, the shirt you won't see out of me for until 2023. He'll get a 10-day suspension like he deserved after the last game. What he did, which was just brutal, getting ejected. Talking to a fan, he deserved that ejection. That's obviously a joke. Let's dive into why we like Morant, though. And look, I know he hurt us, but they rose his line 1 PRA despite soaring under and getting ejected in the last game. Now, Morant's got a couple things going on his side. Obviously, he got ejected, so he's going to be a little bit motivated here. I mean, the ejection, I don't know if it was really warranted. It's kind of garbage, if you will. Morant's also a competitor, and he's seen big games out of Giannis. He's seen big games out of Jokic, the back-to-back MVP. Obviously, Morant wants to win an MVP, and he could do it this season. And yeah, I've seen these stars kind of starting to step up. When they see one guy have a big game, they're like, all right, I got to step up my groove the next game. And third, and most importantly, he's playing Jokic, and the Nuggets don't play a lick of defense. So let's talk about this, because obviously a big game against Jokic could move the needle a little bit for his MVP case. But over the last 15 games, why we're really here, the Nuggets have allowed the 2nd most points per game, 4th most rebounds per game, and 5th most assists per game to point guards. Like Morant's last matchup versus Denver, which I believe was back in January last season, scored 38 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now, the rebounds and assists are a little bit low for him as of late. He's been averaging a ton of rebound and assist chances, which is why I'm on PRAs. But if you need an individual line, points is the way to go. I think he has a good chance. He could drop 40 points to easily crush this line. Now, you think about what he's going to do on defense. Not a lot, because you'll see Dillon Brooks, their star defender, perimeter guy, can go out there and guard Jamal Murray if he plays. Jamal Murray's questionable. I imagine he suits up. Steven Adams or Jaren Jackson Jr. are going to go out there and guard Nikola Jokic. So you're going to see Morant stuck on Bruce Brown or KCP, two guys that don't really do a whole lot on offense, don't really get involved a lot in the game. So we're going to see Morant probably pile up the rebounds. We saw recently a guy like Russell Westbrook just had 38 PRAs in only 30 minutes against the Nuggets. So while he still went under, he only shot 13 times. Morant is going to shoot more than 13 times tonight. At least I hope so. And prior to getting ejected last game, Morant hit this over in 3 of his last 4 games. So he's played pretty well. Like Westbrook, another guy like LaMelo Ball just had 41 PRAs in 36 minutes. He only had 10 rebounds and assists. I think Morant will get more than 10 rebounds and assists. And Lillard, you saw him recently drop 56 PRAs. You've seen a guy like SGA, who doesn't fill up the stat sheet a ton, but he had 37 points and 31 points versus Denver this season. So you've seen guys that drive to the hoop, like an SGA, like a Morant, do pretty well, and I think we'll see Morant drive to the rim. The Nuggets do not have a lot of rim protection in there. I love Nikola Jokic, but he's more of a paint protector, not a rim protector, not going to block a ton of shots, not going to contest a lot of them either. So I think Morant is a guy that can go in there, score a ton of points in the paint, can facilitate the offense, and he's coming off an ejected game. I think he steps up here. Wouldn't be surprised if he soars over 50 PRAs, maybe scores, I don't know. I'll give you an exact stat line. I'm feeling like a 33 points, 8 rebounds, and 9 assists. That's what I'm feeling from Morant. That would be what? 50 PRAs. I think he can get that done. I think he fills up the stat sheet. We'll take his over, 44.5 PRAs. Like I said, individual line points is the way to go. Now, our second play of the day, we're going to make it our under of the day. We've been doing pretty good with the unders, and we'll start with this guy who's made us a lot of money this year. Jalen Brunson, under 33.5 PRAs, minus 102 on FanDuel. I don't really love taking PRA lines because a lot of people might not have them on their book, and they want to be like, Austin, which one do I pivot to? Now, if you're going to pivot, points is definitely the way to go to take the under, but I like to take under for PRAs instead of just under for like points and stuff like that, because if they don't have a good day assisting or rebounding the ball, there's still a good chance they can easily go under. Now, we've made a ton of money off Brunson's unders this year, and he's honestly trying to become a COS Hall of Famer for all the wrong reasons, but we're back here again, and there's for good reason. And if, like I said, if you need individual line points is the way to go here. Now, Brunson, he's been solid this year. I'm a Knicks fan. You see the pennant behind me. He's averaged 20.8 points per game, 3.2 rebounds per game, and 6.2 assists per game. So 30.2 PRAs. Well, if he plays average today, he goes under. And look, I know I sound like a broken record at this point. Brunson's minutes are not guaranteed. And what do I mean by that? Well, the Knicks, obviously, they have a lot of guys they like, especially off the bench. They really like Emmanuel Quickley. They really like Trey McBride or Deuce McBride or Miles, but Deuce McBride, they call him, off the bench. They love the versatility of those guys defensively. They love RJ Barrett. They love Quentin Grimes. These are 4 guys that they like to play defensively, especially. And over the last 10 games, the Knicks have been one of the better teams in the league, 8-2 straight up. And their defense has been stifling. Their defense has been really good. That's why they're winning games. And if you've noticed, over the last 10 games, who have played more? Grimes and McBride. You see those guys out there, 40, 50 minutes combined a night. They've played great defense. Who doesn't play a lot of defense? Jalen Brunson. So if Jalen Brunson isn't cooking on offense, he's not going to do much. And over these last 10 games, you've seen the Knicks have been good. Brunson hasn't really been that great. 18.8 points per game, 5.3 assists per game, and 2.4 rebounds per game. Just 26.5 PRAs per game over the last 10 games. Now, sure, he went over in the last game, but he scored 30 points in that one. He's under this line in 8 of 10 games. The one game he went over, he scored 30 points last game. The other game required overtime. Like, you can't predict overtime in any game, and I just don't think overtime happens. I mean, if you think overtime's going to happen, you'll get like plus 1,400 odds on it, because overtime's just unlikely. We've already seen the Warriors. They're going to go at your weakest link defensively, and Jalen Brunson is the weakest link for this Knicks team. So if Brunson is not cooking offensively, Tom Thibodeau might just bench him because he doesn't play a whole lot of defense. He's also always liable for foul trouble. And, the Warriors defense, while it hasn't been great this year, Dante DiVincenzo is in the starting lineup, likely going to be the guy that's going to guard a guy like Jalen Brunson. He can move his feet well, and the Warriors aren't afraid to switch screens. You're going to see maybe Draymond Green happen to fall on a guy like Jalen Brunson. And we saw the Knicks play the Warriors earlier this season on the road. They were in Golden State in that game. You saw Brunson, 13 points, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. So 22 PRAs, going well under this line. That was a game, Grimes and McBride. 5. Yes, only 5 combined minutes in garbage time. Those two are going to come out here and play likely 45 combined minutes. Grimes plays 30, 35 minutes. McBride will play 15 to 20. And then you got Quickley in there too. Look, I just don't think I think there's so many ways for Brunson to go under here. If he is not scoring 25 points, good chance he goes under. And there's even a chance if he scores 25 points, he still goes under this because he hasn't been facilitating the offense as much with Grimes, with Barrett, with Randall, all out there. Look, I like Jalen Brunson. Good for the Knicks, but the line's too high, under 33.5 PRAs. We try to move to 3 or 4-0 on Brunson unders. That's minus 102. I'll take it. Now, my third and final play of the day. We will have no added plays today. We're going with this guy, Mr. Bradley Beal, over 22.5 points, minus 104 on FanDuel. Now, Bradley Beal and the Wizards are in Phoenix today, taking on the Suns, who will come off a back-to-back. So we'll see what the Suns' defense is like on a back-to-back. Who plays? I really don't know who's playing for the Suns. Maybe Devin Booker suits up. He missed last game, but maybe they're arresting him for this game. I don't really know what the heck the Suns are going to do, but either way, I don't really care because Beal returned from injury last game. They kind of kept his minutes low, but he's played 32 minutes, scoring 29 points on 17 field goal attempts, and most importantly, 13 free throw attempts. Look, if Beal's going to be attacking the rim, getting to the free throw line, going to have a pretty good easy chance at hitting this over. And excluding the game he got injured recently when he played just 3 minutes, I think he scored 2 points in those games, he's averaged 26.5 points per game over his last 10, hitting this over in 8 of 10 games. Now, of those games, 2 he went under. He scored 20 and 23 points, so 1 shot away from hitting the over. And Beal's played very well versus the Suns in his career. He's not going to shoot up a ton of threes, but that's fine because the Suns don't normally give up a ton of threes. You've seen Beal attacking the rim, and in his last 9 games versus Phoenix, averaged 34 points per game, scoring 25. Not just 23, 25 plus points in all 9 games. I think he's actually scored 26 plus in all 9. But while Beal doesn't necessarily have, the ridiculous volume we've seen out of him in his career where he's shooting like 25, 30 times, he's still going out there and shooting, 18 times a game. He's still averaging 16.6 field goal attempts per game, which is pretty solid. We've seen the Suns, their defense was great last year, but they've kind of been getting low-key cooked by guards. So we've seen Dennis Schroeder score 30 last night against them. 27 for CJ McCollum recently, 26 to Jalen Green, 29 again to CJ McCollum again, 30 to Jalen Green again. This is just guards in the last couple weeks that have all attempted 15 or more field goal attempts. Look, I know Beal's going to share the core, likely with Kristaps Porzingis, likely with Kyle Kuzma, but this is still a guy in Bradley Beal that's going to be aggressive, going to attack the hoop, and Bradley Beal, like any other NBA player, especially the stars, is competitive. So if he sees Devin Booker out there, or even sees Devin Booker on the bench, look, Beal wants to prove to him, to not only himself, but to the rest of the league that he's the best shooting guard. So I think he's going to go out here, play pretty well, 22.5 points. Super low for him. If you want to take his points plus assist line, I don't mind that either. But I think Bradley Beal's way too talented. He's going to shoot, 17, 18, 19 times, maybe get to the free throw line 5 to 10 times. I think he's certainly capable of hitting the over. So we'll take his over, 22.5 points. Now, of course, time to shout out some COS All-Stars. If you want to become one, go click the join button, and I will butcher your name, and you'll get our plays early. And Apache Chief. We got Anthony, Jack, we got Backpack Jim, Conrad, Brian, Kenneth, Ryan, Andrew, Courtney, we got Wilfredo, we got Lude, we got Nick, Rido, hopefully Skurs, I don't know, definitely butchered that, James, Nisha, Roberto, Matthew, Tyler, Powell, Connor, Iago, definitely pronounced that wrong, Ian, Lean, I don't know, William, Andresito, D. Choice, Ricardo, Paolo, and Rains. I don't know, I butchered a lot of those names, but I appreciate you guys for supporting the channel. My name is Austin. I'll be back again tomorrow. We'll recap our next 100 picks, because this will be our last 100 picks. You'll understand in the morning. I'll see you guys then. Have a great day. Manage your bankroll. Don't force a lot of picks. There's only 5 games on tonight. And let's hopefully go 3-0. Bring out the brooms. I'll see you guys back again tomorrow. And maybe there'll be some other videos. I don't really know. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.